Oh, these are good, bro. These are clean.
Give a compliment on every fucking thing.
You're clean, man. Oh, God. No.
White man get touched today.
Guess what? I'm brown.
You love it? What's good? This is the video I was talking about when I said I was gonna make a little more detailed video about the show and everything, just what led up to it. We're gonna try not to make it too long.
Or it could be
And
long as
just
hell.
if you want, that's fine. For me, I don't really care.
Oh, whoa.
Go ahead. You good. You good. Like my bitch outside from my
Stop
head.
playing.
Yo.
You know what I mean?
All right. For the purpose of introductions, my name's Stanley. Code name Soul Seated or stage name Soul Seated. I am a amateur NPC bodybuilder or aspiring bodybuilder. My hope is to get my pro card in less than 3 years. So we're gonna try to make that happen. At my side is my coach. I will let him introduce himself so you guys can get familiar with him.
What's up, you guys? My name is John Garza. Government name is Jonathan Garza. A little bit about myself. I have multiple certifications. One of my certifications is my NASM certification, which is NASM, which is National Association of Sports Medicine. I have my Precision Nutrition certification level 1 and level 2. I'm an active powerlifting, weightlifting coach, bodybuilding coach, and a plethora of other stuff. I'm also the owner and head coach here at Built Beast Gym. And I have the honor and opportunity to coach this amazing human here.
Yep.
You know, Stanley.
And he's also he didn't mention it. I'm surprised he didn't. He's a 10-year. He trained Muay Thai for 10 years.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that about me, but yeah.
I think a lot of people know. He likes to remind us a lot.
Yeah.
But so we just gonna chat it up, talk about the competition, what led up to it. But I do genuinely want to know your thoughts though. Like, why did you take the chance on like bodybuilding in the first place? Because I know I wasn't your first athlete. You had Will, Maria. Like, why did you want to take the chance on just doing it overall?
So bodybuilding is always, for me, it's always been a sport that I've always been intrigued in. You know, I've been interested in the entire scene of bodybuilding since I was the age of 10, 12, 11, 13 years old. I remember watching people like Rob and Dana Lynn Bailey, Steve Cook doing his physique whenever he competed. I knew guys like Phil Heath, Big Ramy. I watched Ronnie Coleman. All these guys. It's bodybuilding has always been part of me. A lot of my methodology and muscle development for, you know, not only Stanley but for bodybuilding, but for powerlifting, weightlifting, and all that, when it comes to accessory mechanical stuff, it comes from bodybuilding, you know? So I wanted to take the chance with bodybuilding because it's been a sport I've been intrigued in my entire life, and it was an opportunity to dabble in something that was absolutely new, and I felt like I could bring value to individuals that wanted to do it because I knew I had the education. It's just the exposure to the particular specifics of the sport, the competitive aspects of the sport. But I mean, I've always been intrigued in it. Guys like Steve Cook, Christian Guzman, you know, are my biggest influences as to why I wanted to own a gym. By the time I knew I wanted to own, because of them, I knew I wanted to own a gym since I was 11 years old. They inspired me, and they were active bodybuilders.
That's pretty cool. And that also brings me to my point why like I started bodybuilding. It wasn't I guess it was one of those cases where you don't look and it just comes to you, and that's always been like the motto of life. Like, stay the course. Whatever's meant for you is gonna be for you. It's gonna come in time. It's gonna happen when it's supposed to happen. You know. I mean, I haven't been alive for long. I'm 23 years old, but for a majority of my life, I've always felt like, oh, I'll never find my passion, something I want to do, something I like. And I mean, I ran into this. It was just random. I just started working out, and then I switched over. I think a year ago, which was last year actually, early last year. I switched over to this gym, and it just kind of like switched my whole mindset, and everything changed. And I just started looking at it differently, and it made me want to compete. And it's like, yeah, you know, we just got thrown into it, and I've been loving every minute of it since. We do have another show that we'll be doing on November 29th. That'll be my second show. So I think that'll be your fourth.
It'll be my fourth show.
Your fourth show. Yeah. So
yeah, coaching.
It'll be pretty cool to see what do you think? Like, do you think you'll ever switch over just to bodybuilding, or you think you like?
I mean, I don't want to say no, but as of now, where everything's going, it is a no, just because I have so much other things I have to take care of. You know, it's like I'm not only the manager of the gym, but you know, I have weightlifting, powerlifting, and those sports I come from. You know, like powerlifting, I competed for 10 years. I qualified and competed at the national level for 7 years. So that's something I probably would never step away from entirely because it's so part of me. But
Yeah.
will I ever step away from bodybuilding entirely? No. And at the beginning, just a little intake of what's been going on over this past year. It's been really transformative, and this year has been a lot different than what I thought it was going to be. You know, it's like one of those things. God doesn't give you what you want; He gives you what you need.
What you know.
And this year, in a lot of ways, it was exactly what I needed. And I thought I was gonna step away from bodybuilding. You know, for the individuals, some individuals I don't know. And just kind of focus on the gym itself, operational aspects, grow everything within it, and then focus on powerlifting and weightlifting. But what brought me back to coaching and being involved in the sport was Stanley. He never left, you know, and he didn't push me to hound me to like continue doing it, but because of him and his commitment to the sport and the competitive aspects of it, it made me realize, and through natural conversation, made me realize that it was a sport that I had a misconception of, which is kind of sad because I just said my whole life I've liked bodybuilding. I've loved the art of it. So somewhere along the line that changed, and having Stanley around reminded me of that, getting me back to my roots. And sometimes you need people like that in your life. You know, a lot of times it's not what they do or what they say. It's not what they say. It's what it is what they do.
Actions.
It's actions, and sometimes, like I always tell individuals, sometimes you don't need someone to read a scripture to you. You need them to live it. You know, and Stanley was the embodiment of living it. He loves bodybuilding. He loves it. He loves it. He wouldn't be competing, wouldn't be making the sacrifices. You know, he has a full-time job. He still competes. He comes to the gym every day. He eats well. He pushes himself on the extremes.
And I got
And
kids.
And he got kids. You can't even annihilate, like, bro, like, it's a lot. And that can't help but motivate someone looking from the outside in to be more. You know, so... But again, to answer your question, will I ever do bodybuilding 100%? Probably not, but I'll always be involved in the sport. So if individuals that want to do it, I'll be there to support and help them in any way that I possibly can as a coach, because I know that I have a lot to offer. I know I have a lot to offer. It's just showing the world, you know, what we're capable of, and letting them
See it
reap
for
it and
themselves.
see it.
And
You
not,
know?
not only that, I mean, if you do want to do it, I mean, like, people say they want to do it, they want to do this, they want to do that, but then it's like, if you're not taking the steps towards it to like make it happen, then like he can only do so much for you. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink. Like, you can't make the horse drink any water. So that's really up to you. Like, if you're watching this and you're interested in doing it, we can take you, or he can take you there. Like, he can show you how to do it, and I'm confident that he can, because he did it with me. He did it with Will. He did it with Maria. So like, he's done it. He's capable of doing it. But at the end of the day, it's all a commitment. It's all something that you have to commit to, and that's not always easy for people.
And it's all, and to even add on to that, I think a lot of the times, not just that. That's like the surface level. You know what I'm saying? I think the even harder aspects of it is having and developing that trust within somebody like myself, who is a coach, to lead.
True.
Because sometimes that leading looks so simple, to where it's like, oh, like there has to be more to it. There has to be something else. There has to be X, Y, Z. It's like, no, trust, let go, stop trying to control something, and trust in the people that you set into stone to trust along the way. And I think that, again, that is the hardest aspect for a lot of individuals, subconsciously. Sure. Especially as individuals grow within whatever endeavor that they're growing in. You know, a lot of individuals try to change things up when things are working for them, and to me, that's never made sense to me. If it's not broken, why fix it?
I fix
You
it.
know. So, but I digress. It's just having that trust, dying trust, that bondage, and allowing that to transpire.
It is funny that you mentioned that because at one point, it's not that I didn't trust you. It's that like
Mm-hmm.
I've never had an actual prep, so I didn't know what it was like. It was just me looking on social media, seeing how other people look at this certain
Mm-hmm.
amount of time out or at that certain amount of
Mm-hmm.
time out, and it just kind of made me feel
Mm-hmm.
like I was falling behind.
Yeah.
But I say two things now that I realize it. Um, you don't see yourself as other people do. He's my coach, so he sees like the differences. But for me, it's gonna take a little more time to show those differences that he sees like right away. It will take a little more time because I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. He does. He's
Oh,
that was
give me
good.
like 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. Dang, I thought that was
And
locked.
there you
Like, give me like 1 minute.
You're good. He knows what he's supposed to be looking for,
Mm-hmm.
so that makes him educated in what
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm supposed to look out X weeks out or a couple months out, days out, what I'm supposed to eat. He knows all of that, and for a while, I just kind of doubted that. I just kept questioning myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I was still on task. I was still doing what he was telling me to do. It was just that I was getting frustrated because I was questioning it. But then it's like, you know what? At one point, I just had to let go and just flow. I mean, and look how the show turned out.
Great.
The results speak for themselves, you know?
Yeah, and it's also like as a coach on multiple endeavors, whether it's weightlifting coach, powerlifting coach, bodybuilding coach, whatever the case may be, the coach's job is to protect the athlete from themselves. And one of the things that I've learned, at least looking back at it and across the board, whether it's me being a bodybuilding coach, weightlifting coach, powerlifting coach, general fitness or personal training, it's me doing a better job at for him to reassure him in those conversations because I know that for me it's like I know what I'm doing because I have so much confidence because I know it. Um, is to maybe sit him down when I catch those moments and like, hey, like, okay, let me explain stuff to you. Oh, okay, cool. Let me give you some reassurance when I see it because he's not always gonna say it, nor is another athlete's gonna say it. So it's my job to catch that, and that's something that I as a coach will do a better job at, so that those doubts aren't creeping up. They're gonna come up no matter what, but they're not overwhelming.
True.
Because again, there's gonna happen, man. There's gonna happen. Being a being an athlete is tough, and I think a lot of individuals, if you want to do this sport, any sport, especially if you're paying to play, there has to be a form of trust there. There has to be a form of trust there, and evolutionary change within self.
And I think one of the best thing you did was that, like you mentioned, you would give me the reassurance, and that kind of made it easier for me to communicate with him and let him know, hey, like why am I doing this? Why should I not be doing that? Why should I not be doing this and things of that nature. So I think communication plays like the biggest part. It's
Mm.
like top priority. Just communicate with your coach. Always ask. Always like no question is ever dumb. No question is ever
Mm-mm.
stupid because at the end of the day, you're learning. Even if it's a stupid question, you're learning. You
You're
know,
learning, and you're giving
that's
the coach the opportunity to give information to you that he may not or she may not realize that you're seeking, because we can't read minds.
true. So you guys communicate. Now, going towards the competition, just everything from Thursday to Friday. What do you think you would have did differently? What do you think you wish you could have did differently?
It's hard looking back because there's not much that could have done differently in the well, Thursday to Friday. What let's say from Thursday to Saturday actually, what I could have done differently, what I wish I would have done differently, even though it played out in our favor, was to actually be there. It was a little frustrating for me not being there. It just so happened that that week of Stanley's comp, I had a lot to take care of on the business side of it. It's like John wears the coach hat, but also John wears the nutrition hat. John also wears the bodybuilding. Like there's a lot of hats that I wear.
You're
It
juggling a
just
lot.
yeah, juggling, and I'm a homeowner. With the wife at home. It's a lot of other stuff I got to take care of. It just so happened that week I wasn't able to leave till Friday night. And that's the only thing that I wish I could have done. So on my aspect, doing everything that I can to not have the bodybuilding hat or the coaching hat and business hat, or not have the business hat overtake and it messes up my mental state to not help. That's the only thing I would say. And the reason why I say it worked out is because he came in really good conditioning. Like, it was everything that he needed to look like and be. It worked out. Um, but I can't rely on that. We can't rely on that. So that's I can't rely on that because there's too much intangibles that are points of a decision that can change the entire outcourse of an entire show, and that's the only thing that I would probably change. And look, caveat for the competition, and we already talked about it, was the drastic difference between the first call outs and the second call outs. And the second call out, or that's prejudging
Finals.
and the finals. I mean, the prejudging is where it really matters. That's where it really, really matters.
They really get the
It,
judging.
that's
And
yeah,
everything.
like that's where
Everything is decided pretty
yeah,
much.
that's where everything. You're just the second part of the show is just you're putting a show on. You know, you're showing, hey, this is what it is. Only thing I would make the difference of, because I always make sure that first part, that prejudging, is a home run. The second part, what I would make a difference of is just probably, we talked about it. We're going to eat the homemade meals that we had there. We went out and ate, and I think there was a little bit too much sodium. There was a little bit too much calories there, and it filled him up a little bit too much, and there wasn't enough time to sweat. So he walked on stage a little bit fuller than what he typically he was, or even that I anticipated.
In the morning.
So he walked back on stage 4 times. It took him 2 attempts on that. The first 2 times he walked on that stage, he was a little bit fuller. And the last 4, you can kind of tell that in real time that his body's changing because he's sweating it out. You know, so that's something that I'll have to be aware of. And in some ways it worked out because you needed that, right? Like, imagine we didn't get enough, right? And then you walked on that stage 4 times, you're depleted. You know what I'm saying? So in some ways it worked out, but that's something that we'll have to figure out and adjust accordingly, you know, in the backstage or whatever the case may be. Obviously, if we do that competition again, which we are, I can't be back there with him because you need an NPC card and membership and all that good stuff. If it's a membership, I'll get it. But a card to be back there. I'll do research about the membership. So I didn't know it was a membership?
Yeah, it's a membership. It's like $150, and it goes on for the whole year.
Bro, I would have bought it right there.
Yeah.
You tripping? I didn't know that.
My
I mean, like membership, I would have bought it right
know.
there.
I thought you knew. Yeah, because
No,
what they do when you're competing, or at least that's how I know for the NPCs. I know for the IFBB pros is different because they got to send out a request to compete in shows. But yeah, you just pay $150 and then you get your card that's valid for 1 year.
So that's why we weren't able to be in the back room at this comp, because we didn't have a membership. I thought it was like you had to be an NPC, you know, like you got an hour. You got it.
Yeah, it was just an NPC card membership. So nothing too complicated. But overall, I felt pretty good. I thought it was a big improvement from my first show. Because my first show, originally I was on the road to summer shredding and trying to do that. But Michael, not Michael, but Fonzie Michael, we call him Fonzie. He saw the chiseled at the chisel class again. He told me to just try it out, just to do it for fun. And I said, all right. So we just did it for fun. He wasn't involved in that one, not for like any personal reason or bad reason. It's just because
he decided to go.
Yeah. Plus he had he was coaching other people too. He was coaching Will, everything. So it was like a lot going on. But since I did that show a week out, that show was horrible. It was horrible, but it was good at the same time because I was nervous, I was scared, I messed up a lot, and it just basically told me everything that I needed to know to do for that second show. And that's why I know you noticed on the second show I had so much confidence up there because the first show saved me. The first show told me, hey, you need to smile more, you need to make eye contact, you need to hold your poses. Now I did make some mistakes with my posing. What were the biggest mistakes you think I made with my posing?
The biggest mistake that for me, when it comes to details of your posing itself, like the prettiness of it, that's, I can't go into too much detail with that, but what I can look at it with that I noticed looking from when you were on there was the speed in which you were posing caused difficulty to keep abdominal contraction, especially through transitions. And that's the only thing that I really noticed with the posing. Now, if you messed up with your posing, like the routine, then that's something I can't really comment on because that's something he'll have to speak on. But no, like that's the only thing that I noticed. And sometimes whenever you would get relaxed. You wouldn't flex your legs as much as you probably should have, and again your abs because the speed in which you were doing your posing, and that's pretty much it. But also that's a good thing because that tells us that in real time, whenever we're posing here in gym, that you can kind of relate how fast you need to be. You know, because you was a lot. In some ways it was slower, but in some ways it was faster, especially like in your free routine, and also not running off stage.
Every time I got there, like
run off. Literally, he's running off stage. I'm not joking with you.
I was getting nervous. I don't know.
He's like, he's like, wait, stop running. He's like, whoa.
Like I did everything, and then I'm like walking, and then the stage just seems so far. I'm like, shit, I gotta get there, and I start running.
Yeah.
So booking it.
But that's the only thing I noticed.
Do you think like most of my fat goes to my legs?
So that's something that I realized going into like the finals is it wasn't his abdominal and it wasn't his much of anything else when it came to his posing or his body. Because of what he ate, his legs just blew up, and his back wasn't as cut, but it was thicker. So that's something that shocked me was his legs aspect. It's like, oh dang, his legs blew up. I'm telling you right now, if you know Stanley,
Never do it.
his legs.
Never do it.
His little legs.
Don't even do it.
Little baby
Fuck
legs.
wrong with you, man.
See, the right leg look good. The little left leg, the little left leg,
The
ain't
little
that
left
good.
leg.
You know what I mean? Like, so I wouldn't have thought about that. I ain't saying he got little legs, but what I'm saying is that he got them legs. You know?
Yeah, stop playing. But yeah, so I think that's what happened. A lot of fat went to the legs. That's what it is. And it went to the right leg. It won't go to the left leg. I don't know why.
Yeah, his left leg is malito.
What is malito?
Malito, I don't know what that means. Somebody told
He
me
said
what that
some
means.
shit he don't even
I
know.
don't know what it means. Anyway.
But yeah, so what did you think about the people I was going up against? How do you think I matched up with them?
So there was two parts to the competition. There was the IFBB pros that were trying to qualify for the Olympia. Then there was the other NPC guys. The guys he was going against were the other NPC guys. Truth be told, I think when it came to his posing, there was no one better. When it came to his transitioning, no one was better. When it came to his conditioning, no one was better. He did a very good job. I know one of the things that was told to him is that he needed to get conditioning, get better conditioning. I just don't know what the fuck that meant, because I'm not sure if that meant in his prejudging or was it in the finals. Because prejudging, you got me fucked up. You did great. But I can definitely see why they said that when it came to finals. So that's something we'll adjust to. But how'd you follow up to them because of that? When it came to your movements and your posing and everything, far superior. Only thing was the size aspect. There was a gentleman that Stanley was going against that beat him twice. It was a size thing. Stanley had better posing, better conditioning, all above. He was just bigger. Stanley would have had to smoke him like ridiculously, but that wouldn't have reassured his win because he could have came in even more cut, but they'd go with the guy that with more size because that's what they're looking for. You know what I'm saying? So how do you stack up? I think he stacked up really well considering his size. Because he weighed in at that competition at 150 pounds.
Yeah.
You know, originally it was supposed to be like 155. So our goal over the next 10 weeks period of time is to go up about, X amount of weight, anywhere from 8 to like 15 pounds, and then work from those numbers. But one of the things that we'll have to be aware of is like, which we talked about, is that we're going to put more size on, but there's a good chance you may not be as conditioned. Not because I'm really good at conditioning people. He's still going to be relatively conditioned. It just may not be as conditioned. So we're going to go with the more fuller muscle belly look rather than that striated, crazy abdominal XYZ look. You know what I'm saying? So again, I think he did well. I think he did great. I think you did great with how you fared up.
Do you think we should stick to size, like getting more size, considering the fact that we're not going to an off season right now? Or do you think we should maintain and then like get really conditioned?
No. I would say let's just get a little more, let's gain the weight, let's do what we gotta do. Especially because that decision is dictated on your intentions with that competition. So if you wanna go in with a better package for how you looked, then yeah, we'll continue the course of how you had it, and we'll show up with a better package to how you had. But since this is going to be one of the last competitions you do heading into the off season, well, let's build onto that. Let's gain a little bit of weight. Let's bring a bigger package, and then build on top of that physique to how you're gonna look. Because I wouldn't want to hinder you and go back down to 155 or 150, and then now that's taken off 10 weeks, 11 weeks of,
Progress we could have been
progress.
making.
Yeah,
For
so
sure.
we already know how you look at 150. We already know how you look. So let's get a different result. Let's build on top of that result, gaining weight, and let's go. Let's move forward. Let's not go back.
At a different weight.
Yeah, let's go do this. Let's take a different alternative route.
I completely agree. I think
Yeah.
it was a pretty cool competition. I got first place in lightweight, first place in what was it? I think bodybuilding something. I actually have the medals here, and then I got second place in the classic physique novice. Now, am I happy? Yes, I'm happy. I think the other one was first place classic physique open A, so I competed in open twice. But I am happy. But I think the biggest thing for me, like just the biggest factor that I like the most, was just my confidence on stage and how it changed from the first one. That was my biggest takeaway from the show. Up to the show, up to the moment that was leading up to the show, I was just praying, and just telling myself, if I don't win this show, it's fine, it's okay. I don't need to win the show. I just need to see if this sport is for me, if this is my sport, if this is something I'm going to keep doing. And that show confirmed it because it was fun. Like, this was fun. I was having fun with it, and I think that's why I won, because I put God first, and I prayed, and I had fun with it. That was the most important thing. I had a lot of fun. I was very confident up there. I felt good. I had people by my side, people that cared about me, and I had my coach with me, so it felt pretty good. That was my biggest takeaway. What do you think your biggest takeaway from the show was?
My biggest takeaway from the show, outside of everything I already
Like,
said,
yeah,
like the
something that made you
minutes.
proud.
Yeah, what made me proud was like you said, like it was the confidence. It seemed as if you've been there before, because quite literally he was, and it was a national level show. It's great, it wasn't just a local rinky dinky show, that you're doing it for fun. It was a national level show, but his confidence out there really showed, especially in his free run routine or your free routine.
If free posing.
Your free posing, you can show it. He had a lady come up to him and said, "Oh my God, your posing was so good, XYZ. It was like flawless. It was real beautiful. That's a compliment. As for a bodybuilder, that's a compliment."
And it was so crazy because I had so much people back there, like, just telling me how good it was, how good it looked, and honestly, that's just felt good to me. That's like, that point confirmed it, that okay, yeah, I'm gonna stick to the sport because I like doing this. I like the freestyle posing, and I came up with that poke. I came up with the routine out of nowhere. It was just something like I listened to the song and just followed, doing rhythms, just doing all this and all that, and just kind of got used to it. Yeah. So the freestyle routine, best thing, best part, and it confirmed that okay, I want to do the sport. I want to keep going. Now the goal is to get a pro card in less than 3 years, and I'm looking to make that happen. I know I can do it because I know I did this show, so I'm positive I can do it. Now, what is your goal? I know you said this wasn't your focus, but like, what's your biggest goal?
What was I want to say? It wasn't my focus. It was just, and the reason why he says that is because of what happened earlier this year. Probably is just my biggest goal from it is to take it as far as you want it to. That's not just a politically correct answer. I mean it. I will take it as far as you want to take it. That's been my philosophy for powerlifting, weightlifting, myself. It's what I've been told my whole life. Is I got your back. If you want to make pro, let's make pro. If you want to come first place at that show, let's make first place. Like, I'll take it. I got your back. I just can't want it more than you. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
and then when it comes to like the aspect of bodybuilding within the gym, and with Built Beast, with myself, I want to grow it 100%. My only dilemma is that I have already so much going on, and that's something what me and Stanley are going to be talking about in the near future, is getting assistance with program development for bodybuilding, so that I have a little bit of help on that sector, because that was honestly one of the reasons why I did step away for a little bit, is because I couldn't operate at a high level for the athletes, because I had too much going on, and I value my quality work because it means a lot to me. And if I can't give quality work, I shouldn't be there. And
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, what I see and what's the goal for it, it's whatever goal you have. You want to make, be an IFBB pro and make nationals and compete at the highest degree, let's do it. If I can help you, I am. If I have to outsource, let's do it. Um, I just want you to win.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you to win. That's all I want.
And these are exactly the kind of people you want to have at your corner. Not people holding you back, telling you can't do it, telling you it's impossible. Like maybe in more years, like he could have sat here and told me maybe in 5 years he can get it, but 3 years is a little unrealistic because it's not. It's possible if you really put your mind to it
Yeah.
and you do what you got to do, then you can do it.
Yeah.
So just remember that for your future lessons, like
Mhm.
for a life lesson, you can do whatever you put your mind to. Set a time frame. Don't make it too long, because you make it too long, you just giving yourself more time to procrastinate. And there's
Mhm.
no reason to do that.
Yeah.
So to close it out, to close out everything, because we about to, I know you got to get to your work and
Mm.
everything. But to close it out, what give me three things that you think you learned from this prep, like the three biggest things you learned from my prep alone.
The three biggest things that I learned from the prep,
Hmm.
being with you, about you, or just in general.
Just in general about bodybuilding overall, because I know you had to learn some more things and everything to
Mm.
get your knowledge up there.
I think when I got there, I realized that a lot of competitions,
Hmm.
they're all the same, man. When it comes to like, not leaving and being there, eating the
Hmm.
food that you make, do it. Competitions are majority. There's always little differences,
Hmm.
but across the board, man, they're all the same. Like they're literally it's all the same. Same prep work, same idea, same. It's just the same. It's the same. You know, the, even from summer shredding to this one, it was the same. It just looked a little different. That's it.
Hmm.
The second thing I probably learned is or what exposed me to now take you to the next level is the organization aspects of the written workout, but also still understanding that those workouts, that programming that I write out,
Hmm.
are not law. They're just guides. And there's certain times we're still gonna make those adjustments, but getting you a workout that you can progressive overload on, to make sure that that continuous growth is happening, the linear growth.
Hmm.
Because the reason why I didn't give Stanley a traditional program this time come around was because I like the idea of every day he comes in, it's like, okay, I'm writing this workout and it's personalized for you and your weaknesses. Let's do it. So this next one coming around, and as good as that is, having those particular workouts written out to progressive overload is very important, especially the direction he's taking. Doing the progressive overloaded row variations, doing the squats, doing the deadlifts, getting the adductors bigger, stronger, getting his abdominal muscle bellies bigger and stronger. It's everything, and those are workouts that he has to progressive overload for an X amount of time. So getting that. So I need to get you that towards the next level, seeing your competitors not only on the NPC level,
Hmm.
but the IFBB level, like that was like exposure. All right, like okay, because when me and Will went to summer shredding last year, he did great, he did amazing, in men's physique, he did amazing. But man, the guys that I seen on that stage on IFBB level, on a men's physique level, that are trying to qualify for the Olympia, man, it was different. So I can only imagine bodybuilding. Um, so there's an adjustment. We got every level requires a defeat of a new devil, and we got to set up a plan. We got to execute it, and we got to execute it for a long period of time,
Hmm.
and let's just have fun doing it all. The third thing I probably learned was that you're very similar to Will in that you perform well when you feel that love. Like you want that there. Like you want your family there. You want your friends there. You want to feel that support. You like that.
Hmm.
I know some competitors, across multi-genre sport is they just want to be shut alone. They want to be alone. Matt Frazier, who is a five-time CrossFit Games athlete, said one time in an interview that when he gets there to his competition at the CrossFit Games, he sleeps in a different hotel room than his wife because now it's his day and he needs to be alone to focus in. He
Hmm.
doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. Same thing with me. Um, when I lock in, I need to hone in on two things. One, I need someone I can trust,
Hmm.
which was Michael, my last competition for powerlifting. I can just trust. I trust you. Go pick the numbers. Go do your thing. You know my numbers, XYZ. If I tell you to run it, go for it. I can trust. And the second thing was, God. Having him, knowing that he's by me and by my side, and I'm not going to hurt. I have everything I need. Those are the things that I need. I didn't need my family there. They don't even have to be there. My friends, they don't have to be there. For me, that's just me. He doesn't operate like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. So I'm curious to find out. Oh well, I'm not done cleaning. I'm not ready to get picked. No, then pick me up at 9.
Okay, I'll pick you up at 9.
Okay, I love you.
Make sure you're productive. You left things clean, okay?
Yes, I will. I love you.
I love you more.
Love you too.
Besitos.
Vegitos. Send me that, dude. Oh my god. Vegitos. Oh my god.
Finish your
That's so
sentence
funny.
now.
And what I'm looking forward to seeing is how that evolves over time with as Stanley does more competitions. Does he become the individual that needs to be more silent, or does competing make him more silent? Right? Does he want more people there? Does he want less people there? That just hard to tell. This is Stanley's never. I don't think you've done any sports in your whole life, right?
No,
Like,
not
never
no.
Yeah. So he's learning. That's something too that you guys have to understand. He's learning to be a competitor. He's not just a competitor. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna learn a lot about Stanley. He's gonna learn a lot about himself. I played football for a long time. I did powerlifting for X amount of time. I've developed this quote unquote alter ego. You know what I'm saying? How to lock myself in and whatnot. I'm wondering and looking forward to seeing Stanley grow and step into, himself. And I'm really proud of him for this weekend. I think even amongst my scales, I knew he was gonna do great. But I didn't think it was gonna go that great. And not only because he plays so well, but because he has so much confidence on that stage. That was really great. But anyway,
I could
yeah.
kiss you right now for saying
Yeah?
that.
No manches.
Alright,
man.
so close it up. That was the last question. If you guys want another part of this video of me and him just talking and chatting it up, comment below, share this video, talk about it, share it with your friends. Hey, we know Miriam is gay.
Yeah, Miriam's right there. She's the powerlifter. She's a senior citizen.
Senior citizen.
Masters division.
No, senior citizen.
No, masters.
Calling an old lady.
Dude, look. I'll
Congratulations. Anyway, so we're gonna close it up. Thank y'all for everything. We are officially back, and 10 weeks out, I'm gonna try to document this prep as much as possible because last time I didn't do a good job. I just was getting unmotivated. I didn't feel like doing it no more. But thank y'all for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'm gonna let him say bye.
Hasta luego, buddy.
He's a little racist.
No, I'm sorry. Bye, guys.